Thank you.
You reconvene the meeting at what time?
8:08.
8:08, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So I had not yet crossed off discussion and possible action on finalized budget report. Did anyone?
We were on number 10 and we do not have a motion yet on that.
Well, I think what I gathered from Sally is we don't need a motion because we made the changes in the budget. Is that accurate, Mrs. LaHoo?
That is correct. I suppose you could vote to include both of the encumbrances. The other thing is if you do vote to include them, it then actually goes to kind of Board of Finance, who could still say yes or no to us. If they say no, then we'd have to take them out anyway before it gets to the auditor.
So
Or before the final audit report is written. I'm sorry.
I'm confused about what you're recommending.
I guess I would recommend that the board make a decision of what they would like to do, and then it would go to Board of Finance for them to make a decision after the auditor makes his suggested adjustments.
Okay, so I'm going to summarize what I think we would be doing. The auditor has already told us that 2 of our encumbrances are not allowable in his auditing world. And we are thinking about maybe making them anyway and requesting that the Board of Finance allow us, due to the whole COVID mess up, that the Board of Finance allow those encumbrances. Is that basically?
Correct, except that one of them he does approve, so, and one he doesn't. So we're only asking Board of Finance to approve one of them.
And which one is that?
That is the Playscape.
Well,
Rose, I'll make a motion that we I'll make a motion to keep both the encumbrances for the technology and the Playscape in the 2020-2021 budget.
I'll second that motion.
so Ann seconded. Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do the roll call. Okay, Mary Ellen?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Ann?
Yes.
Juan?
No.
No. And Dave, would you like to tell us how you would lean to vote?
I would probably, if it's the right thing to do, that you guys are recommending, the board, the business coordinator's report is recommending that we do it, go ahead and do it.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
I'm
so,
going on a recommendation because go on the record that I trust you all at this point.
oh, thank you. At this point, I guess. Okay,
If
so,
somebody does anything to betray that trust, then look out. But for now, I trust you. I trust her judgment.
yeah, I'm not thinking that she will do anything to betray that.
Even though I am looking at the report quickly, I know you're in the vote. It says there's requesting 2 transfers and yet there's 3 items in that paragraph, Sally LaHoo.
Yes, we talked about that. It was a mistake.
Okay,
Because last month's report had 2 items and she
All right.
added 1 and forgot to go back and change the word.
okay,
2.
no problem. I'm with you now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the motion carries 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1. And we move on to committee and liaison reports. Yes, Mary Ellen?
Can I ask a question before we move on?
Yep.
So if this goes to the Board of Finance and they do not accept it, we bring it back to the board?
At that point, it doesn't actually come back to the board for a vote. You would just get a new report reflecting the change that the Board of Finance made.
Okay, and that would go to the auditor as changed?
Yes, yes. So he'll make the recommendation. Board of Finance will accept it or not accept it. And then I would update our numbers to reflect whatever those decisions are.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So committee and liaison reports, communications. The chair isn't here. So I'm going to assume it did not meet. If that's not accurate, please correct me. We'll move on to finance and operations. Mark?
We met last Thursday and discussed the fact that the playground had been delivered, so trying to figure out the process for getting that installed. And then not necessarily any other major pressing issues. They are still working on installation of mini splits in different rooms, which is being used with ESSER 3 grant money. So any questions? That's pretty much what we covered.
Thank you, Mark. Policies.
Policies Committee is scheduled to meet this coming Wednesday, the 29th at Fletcher Memorial Library in person. And we're hoping that having it be in a public space will encourage people to attend. But our main agenda item is to review and update policies.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Ad hoc minority recruitment. Juan, do you have anything to report?
Not really, but I know that if it was difficult to hire a minority teacher, I think this is going to be twice as hard, but good luck. And if I can do anything, let me know. Thank you.
Wait. What's going to be even harder?
Hire a special ed director of color.
Yeah, Juan, do you know you're the only one who volunteered for the committee? So if you're
No,
not-
I did.
Oh,
I
you didn't?
volunteered.
Sorry, Ann. So, but Juan,
Yes,
would you please call a meeting of the committee?
sure.
We usually have the committee pick their chair, but I suspect, since it's you, me, and Ann, I suspect you'd be a great chair myself.
Thank you. I will be in contact with her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ad hoc superintendent's evaluation. I don't believe that committee has met. And once again, Juan, you were the only one who volunteered for it.
I
So-
volunteered.
You volunteered for the,
Well, I think I was volunteered.
well, then I have to apologize. So that will be 3 of us. I'll also be on that committee. Juan, do you want to, while you're setting up one meeting, set up the other?
Not really.
All right.
I
I'll
have my
set-
hands full already. Thank you, though.
Yeah, I'll set it up. Okay, ad hoc shared services with chaplain. That's Mary Ellen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
no,
didn't see
that's
that.
me. I'm
Chaplain.
sorry.
There's Scotland first.
Oh, you're right. I crossed it right up.
Number 6 is Scotland.
And then chaplain is you. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll do this, the Hampton, Scotland one. So Gary Greenberg has found a prospective lawyer, and we meet, I think it's Thursday morning. It might be Tuesday morning. 1 minute, I forwarded.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, so that's Tuesday.
Tomorrow at 10.
Tomorrow at 10, Frank, I have 2 meetings. But anyway, so we're going to talk about the lawyer. And we're going to talk about, I'm sorry, let me find the agenda. I should have had that. Oh, that's not the agenda. Okay, here's the agenda. Let's 9:28. Okay, so we're going to talk about hiring an attorney, budget requests for the boards of finance and selectmen, meeting dates for 2021, 2022, a general discussion and an audience for citizens. And then apparently we're meeting the next day, but I don't remember saying I could meet a Wednesday morning, so I probably won't be there. And that's going to be about approval of minutes, hiring an attorney. Actually, it's going to be about the same thing. 20, no, I opened the same one. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, take your time.
Well, okay, I will go back and open the correct one. 20, tomorrow's the 28th.
28.
Okay, so let me open that one. I believe we both have the same, they have the same agenda. 29th. Oh, no, the one on the 29th is just a general discussion, approval of minutes and general discussion. The programming committee is a little bit further ahead because we have documents we can work off of. And it is our hope will be done by Thanksgiving with that part, but it might take till Christmas. But we really, other than reviewing the documents that we haven't really begun any writing. Okay, let's move on to now do ad hoc shared services with chaplain.
Okay, we've had no meetings yet, but we've indicated that we'd like to have discussions. So there's nothing posted yet about having discussions or the meeting.
Okay, great. Okay, how about CABE?
CABE continues to work hard, especially getting ready for the new convention, which is a modified version. It's a different structure, but will include many of the same issues and sort of building on the leadership symposium that happened this past summer.
So is there going to be one day in person?
Yes, it's going to be one day. And I think for people who are there for the delegate assembly, which is a really important gathering, that's the big opportunity for participants to have some impact on priorities. And so the delegate assembly will be happening on one day, and then the following day, I believe, the actual convention will happen. So it's not going to be as big a scale, but I think the timing is such that there is a number of key issues that need to be addressed, and there's some momentum regarding addressing those issues, including equity and diversity and inclusion.
Great, thank you. And EastCon.
We meet tomorrow. There'll be a vote on the new bylaws, and of interest to us, since we have used EastCon for transportation, is that all drivers are driving for EastCon. They've had nobody refuse either the testing or the vaccine. But of course, like everyone, they're short of drivers, and they have to put together runs every day, trying to get through it all.
Huh. Do we have the same drivers every day? Does any,
We do,
yeah,
but if one school is closed because of something, then they switch the driver to another. They have a big chart every day and have to go through making sure that they have people on the road.
okay,
They have their office staff driving right now to cover.
yeah. That's a real hard issue. Okay, thank you. Now we'll go to additions to the agenda. Does anyone have an addition for the agenda? Mark?
Except,
Mark?
Just on a special meeting, we had said that we would bring up the topic of the special meeting just in case anybody had any additional discussion on it.
Yes, okay.
And then obviously the resignations, which I think you already have.
Uh-huh.
And then I think you wanted to also have a discussion potentially on what to do with the 9:15 recording. I think it was 9:15, maybe it was not the 9:15 meeting.
Well, I think we need to get the lawyer's input, and I honestly haven't done that yet.
Okay,
So
never
maybe-
mind, then that's not an addition then.
Okay. Mary Ellen, you had something?
yeah, I was going to say resignation, but also evaluation of Dr. Ola, the yearly evaluation.
Okay, great. Does anyone else have anything?
Are we talking about adding for tonight?
Yes, we are. So we need a motion to add addressing the resignations, planning for the superintendent's evaluation, and discussing the special meeting that we had that went bonkers with Zoom. I don't think I'd use that phrase in the motion, but that's what it means. Is there anyone who would like to make that motion? Mark made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second Susan Lovegreen.
Susan seconded. Okay. I'll call the roll. Mark,
Yes,
Mary Ellen,
Yes,
Susan,
Yes,
Anne,
Yes,
Juan,
Yes,
and David, would you like to share with us what your vote would be?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. The motion carries unanimously. So let's start with the resignations. And Juan requested to make a motion for our Director of Special Education. Would you like to make that motion now?
sure. I make the motion that we accept her resignation with appreciation and regret, and that we wish her well in her future endeavors.
That sounds great. Do we have a second?
I'll second it, Anne.
Anne will second it. Any discussion? I'm sorry to see her go, but I think her life will improve, and I think that's important. I'll call the roll. Mark,
yes,
Mary Ellen,
yes,
Susan,
yes,
Anne,
Yes,
Juan,
Yes,
and David. How would you vote?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to,
I think we still need to, did that include Lisa?
the motion did not.
yeah, it didn't include Lisa. It was just our Director of Special Services.
So I move to accept the resignation of Lisa Soul with appreciation for her services.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second Susan Lovegreen.
Great, thank you. And I'll call the roll. Mark,
Yes,
Mary Ellen,
Yes,
Susan,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes,
Juan,
Yes,
and David, how would you,
Yes,
Vote.
except,
thank you. Okay. Now we'll address the superintendent's evaluation. So the issue here is our superintendent has requested an in-person meeting. So we can do that. I will not be able to attend myself, but Mark can attend and run the meeting without any issues. So we need to come up with a day and a time for the special meeting. And the only agenda item will be going into executive session to discuss the evaluation. Otherwise, we could do public participation as well. Depending on what you all think. I don't think we have a place to meet in person if we have a lot of people. We don't have a room big enough at the school. But anyway, so do people have a suggestion for a day and a time when they maybe could meet?
is this for the whole board to meet?
Yes, it is. This is the whole board to discuss. We never did the evaluation for last year with COVID. So we want to discuss that evaluation.
How soon? I am book solid for the next 3 weeks.
Well, tell me the date of the last of the 3 weeks, okay?
October 15th.
October 15th, okay. So the next week, is there a time during the week of the 18th? 1, 2, 3, that's our regular board meet. No, we meet the 4th, never mind. I was gonna say that's great. You wanna try for the 20th? Or Wednesday's good for people?
I have a workshop at 6 that night. I can do Tuesday the 19th.
Okay, is Tuesday the 19th workable for other people?
I didn't bring my
yes,
calendar with me.
I'm okay. Juan,
Okay, thanks, Juan and Ann. We're gonna make it around you if you don't have your calendar.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. You do what you have to do.
Okay, so Mary Ellen, does that work for you?
yes, it is. I think the only town conflict is it is the Parish Hill Board meeting on the third Tuesday of a month.
Oh, wait.
So. Oh, you're on that, Susan.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am. Yeah, I can't do that.
Okay, the 21st has an F and O.
Yeah,
How about Monday, the 18th?
Hold on. No. Oh, I think I could do that day.
How is that for other people?
What time are we talking about?
Well, that's to be determined yet.
Oh, okay. I could tentatively do that if it was after 5.
Okay, so is there anyone who cannot do October 18th? It wins. And it has to
Mark?
be,
I can do it.
time wise for Mark getting back to Hampton.
I'm actually off that day, so that will be all right.
Oh,
October 18th,
is a Monday.
Monday.
So 5 o'clock? Oh, wait, it has to be after what time, Susan?
We can do 5.
Is 5 o'clock work for everyone?
yes,
Yes.
David, can you make 5 o'clock on the 18th?
yes, I can.
Great. Juan, can you make 5 o'clock on the 18th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, special meeting, 5 o'clock on the 18th to discuss the superintendent's evaluation.
Are you planning on calling into that, just not being there in person?
No,
Oh, executive session, I guess.
well, and Dr. Ola has requested a live meeting. If I call in, it is no longer a live meeting.
Oh.
So I won't. I'm
So where are we
sorry.
gonna have it? What's the location?
Well, I assume we'll have it at the Hampton Elementary School. Dr. Ola, you think we can meet in the library, the media center?
I would assume so.
Okay. At 5 o'clock. You'll get an agenda, David, with the place and the time.
Okay,
All right. And the last item we added was if anyone wanted to talk about our last special meeting, where it didn't work with Zoom. We wanted to give the opportunity. Is there anyone who wants to make a comment?
Rose,
Yes, Juan.
I think there have to be some protocols set up so that that doesn't happen again. And second, we have to make sure that we don't violate anybody's right to attend a meeting. I know it was pretty precarious and it was awful hearing those people say all those awful things. But I think we need to definitely tonight prove that we have to have some sort of protocol so that we can get out of that and we don't block anybody or create an obstacle for somebody else to attend the meeting. Thank you.
So I'm on the CABE chair listserv, so there's a lot of emails that go back and forth. And one way some other places have dealt with that is right on the agenda, right where the Zoom meeting is put, ask people to email us ahead of time if they wish to come. That way we know who to let in, that they are a legitimate person, and who not to let in because they're a bot. So I will check with our lawyer, and if that is an allowed procedure, I think maybe we should try something like that.
Rose?
Yes,
Okay, let Juan finish.
Hey, thank you. I just wanted to say, and it should be put into a policy book also, that way we have something in place to be followed for the future.
hopefully, once the
Thank you.
pandemic is over, we don't have to do Zoom meetings, but we'll certainly look into putting it in policy. Okay, Mark, you had a comment?
Just looking at the minutes from that meeting. So we had the discussion and possible action concerning waiving the confidentiality issue for the law firm. And so we made the motion and it went through and everything, but that was the one that it was noted that the issue should be added to the next regular Board of Ed meeting to give opportunity for those who did not rejoin after the meeting interruption an opportunity to speak. So I just wanted to, clarify that was the point where, or the discussion where we thought it would behoove us just to make sure everybody was satisfied with that we discussed it enough. So I'm good. So,
I think then Juan and Russ were the only two people who didn't come back. So Russ isn't here, but Juan, the board voted to not allow our law firm to waive confidentiality in order to work with the Hampton Scotland Committee. Is that something that you would like to discuss with us? So Juan, you are still muted.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What do you mean by confidentiality?
So Gary Greenberg found a lawyer, a really good one, he used to be ours, who works for Shipman and Goodwin. And the law firm that represents us is Shipman and Goodwin. So it would be, no, a conflict of interest. I said confidentiality, I'm sorry. It could be a conflict of interest for the law firm to represent both parties.
Okay,
So we thought it could very easily come up as a conflict of interest. So we voted not to waive it. And that meant that Kevin Roy can't be the lawyer for the Hampton Scotland Committee. But Gary Greenberg found another guy who I think I've heard of. We might have used him through Parish Hill, who should do just as good a job, if not better.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of our business for tonight. So we'll.
I have
go-
one thing, Rose,
Yeah.
which isn't added to the agenda, but you mentioned that this was our last Monday meeting, but as we're setting up the special meeting on the 18th, I looked at my calendar and we have a board meeting on October 25th, which is a Monday. So
Oh,
you had said that this was the very last Monday meeting, so yeah,
I didn't say
I
it
don't
was.
know if you want to.
I'm so sorry. Then I need to correct myself. We said through the October meeting. So I think I'm the one who requested we do this because Wednesday is a day I get a medical treatment that I expected to leave me ill, but it turns out I'm ill every day. So if we would like to change back to the 27th, that would be all right with me. What is the board's pleasure?
We can remove the conflict with the other meeting, the town meeting that was established ahead of time. I'd say we go back to the Wednesday meeting.
Yeah, okay. Does everyone else feel the same?
As long as it doesn't interfere with your health, Rose.
Oh, yeah, I get the treatment in the morning, so that should be fine. But thank you.
But we're still doing Zoom.
Yeah,
I think that, and that's not even just an issue for me. I don't think we have a room that's big enough for us to hold in-person meetings if we're going to have an audience.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just articulating it.
Okay, so we'll do Zoom through October. And I guess we can discuss at the October meeting if we want to continue on Zoom or in person.
Zoom.
Zoom, we don't need to wait. I lean that way for the safety of the children because as it is now, we don't have a lot of different people coming into the building. And every day the building is sanitized, but if we're there meeting till late at night and it interferes with the sanitizing of the building, then that could be a problem the next day for the children. So
Yeah,
I lean toward it for that reason.
I'm fine with that. I do think that we need to unravel some of the issues around technology. And I know it's not just me. I mean, tonight was a case in point that it was definitely not just me. Thank you, Susan, for being my girl.
My pleasure. Anytime.
But I think it's a collective priority. And we know that, speaking of encumbrances, that the timeline for dealing with HES technology has been pushed back a bit for nobody's fault. It's just delivery, and I don't know the details, but
Okay, Ann, thank you. Is there, yes, Dr. Ola?
Are we keeping it on the 25th or are you moving it to the 27th, but still on Zoom?
We would like to move it to the 27th and stay on Zoom. And then we're back on our regular schedule and we're not interfering with other meetings.
Right, okay.
Rose, don't
I
you
have
usually vote on changing meeting time?
Yeah.
Do you add it to the agenda?
And we will. But I didn't feel like we had a consensus enough yet. But if you want to do it now, we can do it now. Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to add it to the agenda, so that we can vote on it.
Second, Susan
So-
Love Green.
So we are adding to the agenda to move the October meeting to October 27th
Yes.
and remaining on Zoom. Okay, so I'll take the roll. Mark,
Yes.
Mary Ellen,
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
Juan,
Yes,
David, how would you vote?
Yes,
Okay, great. Okay, so
I'll
now,
make a motion to move our October 25th meeting to October 27th and have it be a Zoom meeting.
I second Susan Love Green.
great, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. I'll vote. Mark,
Yes.
Mary Ellen,
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
Juan,
yes,
and David, how would you vote?
yes, I would vote.
Okay, great. That's taken care of. And we will discuss, we'll put, Dr. Ola, let's put on the agenda for the next meeting that whether or not we want to continue with Zoom meetings. Now we'll move on to audience for citizens and staff. Kathy Donahue?
Hi, yes, a couple different things. Frank, I just wanted to let you know that there's live training for Zoom on a daily basis with someone online with you, and they have different modules, so it might be something you want to attend. It's very helpful as far as learning
Thank you.
the keyboard and stuff.
At Zoom though.
Yeah, at Zoom, yeah, just put Zoom live training in, and they
Got it.
have different times during the day. And then my question was on the mini splits. I know that Mary Ellen did a walkthrough with one vendor. Was there more than one vendor where you're going to have multiple bids on that? And the other thing was that I did attend an in-person meeting at Region 11 last week. And if you're going to switch back to in-person meetings, you're going to need microphones. It's very hard to hear people between having the ventilation running and also masked. Even with the microphones, a lot of it wasn't very clear. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. And that's it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Rose, Sally here.
Yes,
My question is, will the October 27th meeting need to be a special meeting? Is there not enough time if we send it to town hall tomorrow, the 28th?
What,
No, we're talking October, not September.
Right, is it 30 days?
30 days.
I believe it is 30 days,
So tomorrow's the 28th, so I think it would not quite be 30 days.
but there's, because September only has 30 days. Okay, so we'll make it a special meeting.
Okay,
29, yeah.
How can that be though?
because we can't post until tomorrow.
But if we post it, I'm looking at my calendar now. 1 minute. Today is so if we look at tomorrow is the 28th, right? 1 week from then is the 5th, so there's 7. Then the 12th, that's 14. Then the 19th, that's 21. Then oh, it's not 30, it's 28. That's how come. Never mind.
Actually, 29 days, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it'll have to be a special meeting. So if someone has something they want on the agenda, please let either me or Dr. Ola know ahead of time, because we won't be able to do additions to the agenda. Okay, any further comment from the audience?
It's fine. I just wanted to say to Mrs. Santini, congratulations on her Food Waster Warrior program. Good luck. If she needs any help, let somebody know and we'll pick up the ball. Also, if she'd like, would really like for her to write an article for the Gazette for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan, for saying that.
I can talk. Hi,
You can what?
I have something
To say, okay.
okay. Thank you though for that, Food Waste Warriors. That's a K6 grant. All right. First, I apologize about my 9/11 stuff. It was all due like rain permitting, and that's why I didn't put it out very early. But we are undergoing Hispanic Heritage Month, and it technically ends on October 15th. And the art teacher is doing many activities where Team B and C are weaving, learning about weaving and the culture behind it and the family and the heritage of weaving in the world. Also, every Friday, weather permitting, there's a flag ceremony. We're using the flagpole and the kids can come out and we do a joint endeavor at the flagpole with the flag going up.
Is there a time for that?
Oh, yes, sorry, 9:45. It's a little late because Team B has a special at 8:55 to 9:30. So we go out at 9:45, about 9:45.
Okay.
And so we did do 9/11 Constitution Day, and we kind of are putting whatever legal US type holiday hits that month. That's the target, that's the focus of the flag ceremony. Oh, we do have one big celebration coming up, we hope. But again, this one's weather permitting, and it's a math celebration because at the end of about 8 to 10 weeks, we'll be sharing between the teams outside on the front walk. Every team is going to create an exhibit to show all they've learned and where they've grown on operations and algebraic thinking. So PTO is joining us a little bit on that. So we're kind of also putting in a seasonal theme to that. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Ms. Santini, this is Juan. If you need anybody to speak about like Hispanic holidays celebrated in different parts of the country, I'd be glad to come in. Or anything like that. Just let me know what you're looking for.
Okay,
I'll cover
and
it.
I'll talk to the art teacher because she's in her lessons, she's doing a lot of the background, but in our classrooms, that would be great also.
No problem. Thank
Yes.
you. Just let me know. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Any other comments?
Yes, Al Cahill, just to Linda or Frank or whoever, is the flag ceremony, is that something new?
Sorry. No, the ceremony is not the flag raising, but
Well, because the flag's been absent a lot in the last month. I was just curious.
Oh, I'm doing Fridays because Team C is looking to organize putting it up and down, but if they can't, Team B can. I just chose Fridays just to get it kicked off, started. So, it's sort of.
Okay,
something to
I
do
think
with
that's great
COVID.
because I can't remember the last time I saw the flag in front of the school, actually.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, due to the pandemic and COVID and all that, we couldn't get out there safely with adult supervision, students and all that. So now with the 3-foot rule, it works because, the flag is approximately 3 feet and longer. So we can go out there following the protocols. But yes, it's old but new. We're returning. I'll say we're returning to it.
Great, glad to hear it. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And do we have a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, Susan,
Okay.
I'll call the roll. Mary Ellen,
Yes, yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Juan,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
and David, how would you vote?
Stay on after the meeting so we can talk.
Yeah,
I
you
would
and I can
vote
do
yes, move to adjourn.
that. Okay, great. The meeting is adjourned at 8:54.